London in the underground, 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 London in the underground. London in the underground, 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 London in the underground with your host Jimmy. London in the underground, 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 London in the underground with your host Jimmy. The music for all your needs with great personalities, bringing all wet bands in the land to all broadcasting you straight out from the fall. London in the underground, 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 London in the underground with your host Jimmy. London in the underground, 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 London in the underground with your host Jimmy. James, that is.
And now it's time for this week's 3-song rock shocker. 2 in your ear, 1 in your rear.
Since I've been born, I've been homesick since I've been born. Don't ever feel that bad side different. Don't ever feel that you don't see. Don't ever feel that you have seen what. Don't ever. I see what. Don't ever feel that you have
your mom wet since 2012.
That's gold. That's the best one we've done. That's the best one we've done. We can't go any better than that. It's over. It's over. The moment is past.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of London Indie Underground, London's only independent music podcast showcasing some of our area's most talented artist bands and personalities. We got things started off today with a little rock shocker, starting off with a band called Soundglyphics out of Kitchener, a track called White Rhino, and then Red Amber Green with Cobwebs and Cardigans. That's actually I played that one because they made a big announcement there yesterday on their Facebook. I encourage you to go and check it out. They parted ways with their singer that unfortunately due to geographics couldn't stick with the band, but they were very excited about a new member joining them, and they posted that video as a result of that and as part of that big announcement. So keep your eye out for Red Amber Green, and last but not least, a little Hello Amora with Curiosity Killed the Caveman. So welcome everybody.
You.
Yeah.
Wow, everybody is so enthusiastic today. Clearly not fired up. Edie's even drinking a Rockstar, and he's like, hey.
Hey, come on. Give
I
it
did
time.
yard work.
He's not done with it yet. Let
Actually,
it
I
kick
did
in.
yard work. Kelly did yard work all day, and I just sat and watched her.
You sat and
fetish.
watched her
Sounds about right.
from the couch inside.
Playing NHL.
On behalf of Brandon Edie, I'll apologize to Kelly now.
I did something. No, I was out postering and doing all work today. But,
Nice.
and
Well,
I'm here for a brief visit.
cool. Well, welcome to London Indie Underground, folks. Thanks for tuning in today. You've probably seen our posts about today's guests searching for satellites that are joining us on the couch now. They're going to be performing at the top of the hour, but a bit of introductions here. So my name is Jimmy James, and we are broadcasting from the Vault Recording Studio at 532 Adelaide at Princess, and you're always welcome to come and join us in studio. We've got a number of people on the other side listening in on the podcast today, and of course in anticipation for the performance of today's guest. But introduce first, Mr. Brandon Edie,
Hey.
as always. Missed you last week, bud.
I was it?
You were here in spirit.
Oh yeah, no. I
Yeah,
had some,
for the
I had
Gypsy
some-
Ghosts.
Some family stuff that I was tending to.
You missed a good one, man. It was a colorful podcast.
I heard.
Great
Heard
performance,
from
though.
multiple people how wonderful and colorful it was.
Well, we always tell bands when you come in, come as you are, right? We're not censored,
think
we're not
I'd give a
moderated,
shit?
and I mean there are certain words in the vocabulary that maybe we try to avoid,
I
but
can think of three.
things do come up from time to time. What are you gonna do?
You go with it.
Exactly.
go with it.
Exactly. So, but nonetheless, it was a great podcast last week with the Gypsy Ghosts. Encourage you to go and check it out on our archive, londonindieunderground.com/podcast. You might be there right now, incidentally, and there is a link for the archive. It takes you to the YouTube channel. You can check out our previous 40 or 41 podcasts now, I believe, including last week, Gypsy Ghosts. So, good to see you, man.
Yeah.
So,
Like I said,
nice
I'm here-
relaxing
I'm here
day.
briefly this evening.
How brief? What do you got going on, bud?
Well, after you guys are all done listening to this podcast, you should all head down to the APK for a wonderful show that I've got going on there with Texas King, Messes and Miracles, Raspberry Heaven, and the Treble from Winnipeg.
Cool.
So that's where I'm going. I gotta set that shit up, but I wanted to come and see my boys, see all you cats.
Want to come plug your show?
You know what? So, who we have?
It works.
You said the Messes and Miracles?
Messes and Miracles, Texas King, Raspberry Heaven, the Treble.
Cool. Well, you know what? I'm going to queue up here for when we get to our next batch of songs. I figure I might as well play a couple of
There you
those
go.
tracks so people know who we're talking about. Recently just made an announcement, actually, about our next kickoff, or not a kickoff, rather, our next fundraiser, which is going to be taking place here August 10th, which also includes the likes of Messes and Miracles. We'll be talking more about that a little bit later on. So, also joining us on the couch, Dustin Andrews, Get Party Records, Wasted Potential. You're going to be joining us here next week. Very excited about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think so, man.
Get loud.
We're going to have a lot of punk rockers here. Hopefully
I hope so.
things don't get a little too crazy.
Lots of
Because
shot.
we do have a rule.
No dicks, but
No.
we do shotguns though, right?
Yeah, man.
Lots
Yeah.
of shotguns.
Are you going to do them on video? On camera?
If we're, yeah.
Is that a challenge?
Why not?
If you're down with that, totally.
As long as you don't get too sloppy.
We're sloppy all the time.
That's the objective.
Yeah.
That calls from some afternoon pictures of sangria at 4 o'clock,
Exactly. It's about getting loose.
like we did the other day.
I want to thank you guys too, because you've been certainly doing a lot of promo in advance of this, and as well as searching for satellites, building up to today's podcast, and that's always great for me. I mean, we do what we can on our end, but it's always great when the bands are activated and trying to let people know.
Like regardless of being in my band and just being a part of the scene and promoting shows and trying to put out records and not even like putting on the shows, but promoting them from outside of being the actual show promoter. I just care that like something like this does well. This does well, the whole scene does well, you know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
I think our scene's been the strongest it's been in like a very long time, and I keep seeing constant people posting about how much better London's getting, and I think people outside of London are looking in at London and actually being like, hey, you're actually better than KW, you're better than Guelph, you're like, some Toronto bands are even like, I want to come to London.
Wow.
It's like, we're getting better. We're getting
Yeah.
stronger.
We've been getting some requests here too for bands that you know, beyond wanting to be a part of the podcast, just looking to connect with the London market. And
It's awesome that people are looking in at it, though. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing. People
It's exciting
are
times,
looking
man.
from outside and looking in at London and saying there's cool shit going on.
I agree, man. It's exciting times, and I think if for no other reason, you know, in us doing this podcast, it's introduced, I know me and certainly Edie, to a number of bands that we would not have heard of perhaps otherwise.
You guys are putting a microscope on stuff, like and
We're
just
trying, yeah.
making, like little things that people would never see. It's like people just coming out of their garage and have written really good stuff but wouldn't get exposure.
Right.
You're pushing it to a lot of people, which is awesome.
Thank you, man.
We didn't have that before.
Thank you. Well, our philosophy here is, and if people don't know already, we're not for profit. London Indie Underground, any money that we collect goes right back into investing into our brand. And our Wednesday nights are always open door, and they're free. People are welcome to come here. You know, the only time that we ask people to make any donations is when we do the big events, which is going to be once a month. That helps us to be sustainable because, you know, obviously there's costs associated with doing this, and time is a factor. But, you know, we do it because we love to do it. I mean, that's fundamentally why I started doing this in the first place. That and a bit of frustration, but anyways, let's kind of move on, and I want to introduce the band that's sitting on the couch right now. So we've got some of the members here. Now you have to forgive me because I know your names, but I don't know which one's which. So let's do a bit of a roll call here. So who do we got?
Sam Shepard.
Sam,
Jeff Folks.
Jeff,
James McLeod.
James,
Josh McGregor.
Josh. Listening to your sound check, man, it sounded awesome. I can't wait to.
Kemp's on the back couch.
And
Kemp is on the back
Hey
couch.
Kemper, how come you could come and?
That's a tight squeeze.
It is, man.
I'm feeling good right now.
You can have my big boy chair in 10 minutes.
It's kind of like a hump in the middle of the back seat, right? As some people would call the bit seat.
right
Yeah.
between there. It's comfortable.
But feel free, buddy. You can.
Step in eventually.
Yeah, somebody will shake a cheek for you. It's all good.
Couple of big boys there.
Cool, cool. Well, thanks for joining us today, gentlemen. I was saying to you earlier, I'm really excited about this, and you know, you guys have been around these parts for some time now, and I know, you know, a lot of people are familiar with your band and with your sound. Here on the podcast, we've had the privilege of showcasing some emerging new talent, but it's great to at the same time too to have some guys that have kind of been there and have been around the scene for some time and with some experience that we're looking to impart wisdom, I guess, guidance and some perspective to maybe those bands that are listening in that are just starting up, young upstarts that are trying to navigate their way through the scene. And I'm certain we're going to get into some healthy dialogue about this in a bit. We've talked to you before about all the things that you're doing with Get Party Records and the shows that you guys have been doing, particularly the alternative shows that you did out of the Dude Ranch, which was huge. But back to you guys, you've been here, done that for a long time. How long have you guys been together now, officially?
2010.
Yeah, 3. Is that it? 9. 3,
Yeah, 2009.
4 years almost.
3-4 years now. Prior to that, did a couple of you guys were in some other projects before?
Yeah. Every one of us.
Yeah. So what?
Like 10, 12 years.
So if you don't mind me asking, like, which projects were you guys previously from?
I've been in a band called the Soap Opera Coma.
Right.
Here. Josh as well was in it.
And you guys played with Brent too, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Brent. Yeah, from Stalefish, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's. I still see him every once in a while.
I
He's
saw him for the
exact
first
same-
time.
Did he just move?
Yeah, he's always like,
He came down for the kick.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've been working on my Brent impression.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just gives you this giant hug.
Yeah, man.
Brent's the most fun drunk guy I
He
know.
really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Soap Opera Coma, and you guys? What bands were you in before?
I was in a band called Final Plague a long time ago.
Metal.
Super
Metal.
band.
Sam and I came from the metal aspect of the scene. I was in That Which Is Eternal. And then Kemp, when we got him just recently, Kemp was in the metal scene too in Windsor.
Hi, Kemp.
Last night, the following. Yeah.
Thank
Good
you.
to see
Yeah,
ya.
but he was also in. What the hell was that other band?
Oh, Ed Ukari?
Yeah.
Is that the
I
keyboard?
wasn't
Is that
even
the
Josh.
one
We
with
were
the
way
keyboard?
before that. Josh from Broken Glass
Broken
Wings.
Glass Wings for
So,
Josh.
I brought this up for a
Still
reason.
get people bugging me about that.
They've been doing this as long as I've been doing this.
Right, and that's my point. I mean, we're kind of, in some senses, I think I know I might even, well, not even, probably older than you guys, but it's kind of the old guard that's been around these parts for some time, right? And with different groups and whatnot. And I brought it up for a reason because, it's great to see bands that kind of forge out of, I guess, the ashes of other bands and go on to do something completely different or completely removed. I mean, the Soap Opera Coma sounds obviously you know, a lot different from what you guys are doing now, and you guys in metal before and kind of switching gears a little bit, right?
Yeah. Clap them up.
It's true. It's true. But, you know, right now, it seems to me that there's a lot of bands that are emerging that have formed out of the ashes of
Well, the best part about that, too, is just I feel like, and each of those individuals, regardless of what group they're part of, they kind of bring a little bit of their past into the new sound, which kind of helps forge something new, you know?
I know, yeah, it's been important for us because, like we said, Sam and Jeff came from a really kind of metal background, and James and I were more poppy rock, I guess. And we merged the two ideas and came up with something that worked for all of us. So it's been a positive thing for us.
That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, we'll get to some more conversation here. I'm going to flip it up and get to some music here. So in advance of the show tonight, featuring the Raspberry Heaven, Messes and Miracles, and Texas King, we'll kick it off with a couple of tracks, starting off with the Raspberry Heaven. This is the Gauntlet Run here on the London Indie Underground.
Underground with your host, Jimmy James. You're probably going to see Brandon Eady at some point too, unfortunately.
You can see them, but you can't feel them. They'll try and fight you, but they won't bite you. They'll irritate you, but they can't hate you. And no one even really knows your name. You got the paper tiger, paper people, paper places to go. Everybody's telling me, but I still don't know how much more of this I can take. They'll surround you with hammers, pound you, and they'll abuse you, and then they'll use you. Oh, and they'll desert you. Don't let that hurt you. Yeah, 'cause no one even really knows your name. You got the paper tiger, paper people, paper places to go. Everybody's telling me, but I still don't know how much more of this I can take. 'Cause all they're trying to say to me is a great big lie. Like all you need to heal the pain is go get high. I don't think they understand at all. Yeah, oh, oh. Well, they'll envy you for all of your power. They'll make you hurt for hours and hours, just like you used to. Like you used to. They'll beat you down and call you names. They'll look at you through eyes of disdain, just like you used to. Like you used to. And no one even really knows your name. And oh no, no one even really knows your name. Got the paper tiger, paper people, paper places to go. Everybody's telling me, but I still don't know how much more of this I can take. 'Cause all they're trying to say to me is a great big lie. Like all you need to heal the pain is go get high. I don't think they understand at all. No, I don't think they understand at all. Yeah, I don't think they understand at all.
Hey, how you doing? Good. Oh shit.
Texas King with Paper Tiger here on the London Indie Underground. Before that, Messes and Miracles with the House of Blaze, and the Raspberry Heaven with the Gauntlet Run. I know the Messes and Miracles Recently recorded a new EP with Matt Grady and Kyle Ashbourne at EMAX Studio. We've been anticipating that since we heard about it. I had the privilege of joining them in studio for when they were cutting some of the bed tracks, and what I've heard so far sounds awesome. So I can't wait to get my hands on that. And that said, after tonight's podcast, you should saunter over to the APK to see these three bands perform. In my opinion, three of the most talented bands that we have here. But that said, there's just so many bands. There's just so many. I mean, it could go on for days. I posted something on Facebook the other day, and I was asking people, what is your favorite band in London right now, regardless of genre or format? Tell me what your favorite active band is. And there were so many bands there that I knew, and so many that I didn't know. It was just awesome.
Yeah.
Great times for music.
It's getting quite good here again. There was a golden era, and I think we're getting
It's
back.
a renaissance.
That's right.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because we're men of renaissance.
As we are.
That's right.
Tally ho.
Is everybody enjoying their tasty beverages?
We have
I see everybody's got some.
We've all got beverages.
Seems to be a common theme during the podcast.
I believe mine's imported from Holland. there's an E on the end, but I think that's Holland.
On Holland?
Hollandaise.
Holland. Well, then that's a knockoff, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's not the real thing.
I don't think it is.
You got some guy's truck.
It's Schmeinig.
Yeah.
Schmeiny. That's all right.
It's Heine.
It's Heine.
Breathtaking. Hey, Greg. What's up? Mr. Greg Hatchett joining us on the couch over there.
Greg Hatchett.
Founder of Lackey Music Festival.
Which was a blast.
Yeah, buddy.
To play.
What a good time.
The best time.
Exactly, the best time.
Yeah.
Man, I had the greatest time out there. Kind of like what we're doing here. I felt like it was a community of people, and
Hatchet.
No dicks. There were no dicks.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the number one rule to keep up with.
It's just
Hatchet,
friends,
come on over.
camping and playing music for friends, and no bullshit.
That's right.
It's awesome.
That's what we need here.
Well, it's like an excellent start too for what you have here and what we're going at with Lackey. It's like tying all the bands together from London. Like just, especially that first day, felt like one of the best bashes / shows.
That's right.
In a while. Like yeah.
It's really important. I think hopefully, if things go to plan, I think it's going to pursue and continue on next year.
It's happening.
Oh, it's happening.
It's going down.
It's going down. But
going down. We're gonna
it's
make
kind
it
of going to be
bigger.
like that. I
Yeah.
feel like we've kind of started that, that family reunion almost. Now every year we're going to be able to go back.
Oh, my family's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
We'll be 40, still playing
We
Lackey.
already have plans. So
No, it's
we
already
will make any
planned.
other
Look at these
ones.
guys are just wizards, weaving plans. Weaving.
I've been thinking.
Leaving.
Woven.
Interview over.
Fabers. Wavened.
Hugo weaving.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and it seems to me, I go to shows, and I don't get out to shows as often as I would like to, and maybe perhaps to my detriment, because my preaching here is go to shows and support all these bands, and I think for no other reason obviously than I've got a lot of stuff on the go on my own, including my own shows. But when I do get out to shows, oftentimes when I look at the crowd, it's comprised of either musicians that I know that are from bands or music enthusiasts, right? So the true fans. Now, that said, I think, we're starting to see more people kind of tune into our scene because there's just so many bands. And up until, now, I think people are just inundated with way too many options for entertainment. I've been kind of preaching this all along, that the internet now is your biggest form of entertainment, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you go online and you burn down your favorite TV show,
You don't
The
even
Walking
leave your house
Dead,
to
you
get
just
anything
take them
anymore.
all in,
Yep.
or whatever the case may be. With me
back.
lately, it's been Hell's Kitchen.
Nothing wrong
You
with
en-
Ramsey going AWOL on
Yeah.
somebody.
No,
Nothing
no.
wrong
really
with
enjoy
that.
that.
When I first started watching that show, I'm like, this guy's a fucking prick.
Yeah.
But then the more I started watching it, I realized that, wow, these people are pretty incompetent, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
serving like
They
raw
probably
chicken.
get them that way.
So I get it. But I mean, and I, at the same time, I know he jazzes it up. But anyways, that's kind of a sidebar. To my point is that, there are a lot of options for people as far as entertainment. And because of that, attendance and listenership has kind of fallen away a little bit. But now, and I think the biggest factor to this thing is awareness of all these bands that are here. And my point is when I go to these shows and I look at, you know, who's there, because I'm kind of a thinker, and I'm always thinking, okay, well, you know, how can I leverage this, or, you know, what is my target audience? And I find it's a lot of musicians that go to these things because there's so many musicians here that want to take in these shows. And so I don't think that there's any, you know, problem in targeting musicians that are enthusiastic about building a scene together and about assembling a community. Because, I mean, how, you know, if each one of us, if you go out and you tell 4 people or you tell 10 people that maybe
musicians
aren't
actually have friends. And
Yeah.
and they bring them out.
except for you.
Greg has no
I just got hit on by Pat Maloney over text here. He says, "I love dreaming on your podcast."
Well, you got one
I'm
friend.
blushing a little bit here.
You got one friend. It's a questionable friend. I don't know. Friend with benefits, maybe.
Not yet.
No, Pat's a good
Still
dude. Mr. Maloney is joining us here, as well as a number of others. There's a couple of bands kicking out there. I know I saw the guys from the Offensive Senses. They've been here a couple of weeks in a row, and they're going to be obviously joining us on the podcast here.
A
soon.
bunch of
But
the guys from Fault of Mine are here.
Fault
too.
of Mine.
Yep.
We've been spinning them both on here on the podcast and on the radio show. But like I was saying, I mean, this is a community. I mean, we're all in this together, right?
Yep.
We're all going to succeed together, or we're all going to fail together. So you know, it's incumbent on all of us to kind of take ownership of this and to build it up together, right? Regardless of genre, regardless of format, regardless of venue, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
That's the quest. The never-ending quest is for.
And it's like we were saying before. I mean, that's why stuff like this is so important to be going on, because I mean, I'm hearing about bands right now that I like to think that I like to, you know, I keep my ears open, but at the same time, there's a ton of bands that I had no idea even existed until you guys put them under a microscope.
When I was looking
Right-
at
right
bands
here in London.
Yeah.
Like
And,
in London.
There's a ton of talent.
I filled up, and then I got a bunch of people like,
Yep.
"Why didn't you put my band on there?" Well, I didn't know.
Exactly. I
You're
didn't know
in
there
a
were that many
band?
bands in town.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll come check.
The amount of talent is just crazy.
Yeah, everybody's in a band.
Yeah. Exactly.
Really, I mean, half the people
Those
in
are-
attendance at shows are people.
Yeah.
I
like
know,
you were
that-
saying, and
that's
it's-
exactly what
in
I'm
a full
saying.
room too.
So,
there's that
now-
many people playing music right now, which is great. It's
If
great
we're
to
so
watch.
fragmented in that, you know, punk rockers only go to punk shows and metal people only go to metal shows.
But I
and
think that's changing.
It is.
I've seen a huge change in that. I see people at, you know, at Misery Signals when we played last week. I saw people who I would normally see at an acoustic show. You know, like people are opening their ears and they care.
Well, you wouldn't find me 2 years ago at an acoustic show or
Yeah,
anything,
exactly.
but just even now, especially with this Lackey thing, I've been going to check out everything.
Yeah.
Like we went to that acoustic
Yeah.
show at the music club a little while ago
Yeah.
and enjoyed it. I walked out of there with the biggest smile. Like
maturity.
It's amazing.
It's
Yeah, well, I
maturity.
mean,
and
with-
music, not
with
just as a
age-
human, but yeah.
with age comes a bit of maturity. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure, and I remember being, you know, younger and kind of partial to certain types of music, but now I'm kind of
Open book.
I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was at Home County there for a brief while and checking out some of the artists there, and I was blown away. And man, have you ever seen a bluegrass band play live?
Oh, they're
Amazing.
incredible.
You know what I mean? So and when I was 17, I would have been like, bluegrass.
Yeah.
fuck
Oh,
you,
Sam
you
goes
know?
and checks that stuff out all the
Yeah,
time.
Sam's amazing.
Some great players. Some great players.
Flex
You know.
those muscles.
But that's a great point.
Dalla? They're acoustic
Oh, the
duet.
two girls
Yeah,
at the
they're-
Folk Fest?
I did.
amazing.
Yeah, I just heard about
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, Mike Roth, who I work with, he manages them, and they're
Yeah.
incredible.
Was their set? They had the kids come up and
Yeah.
play with them. I was there. I did see that.
Great voices, great harmonies.
Oh.
Funny, cute. They're
Amazing.
Very
I have a
cute.
big crush on them.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Go on.
That's
Greg was hoping to make some friends.
This is your chance,
Smiles.
man.
I went to see their workshop the other day. And I was like singing their songs because it's like a guilty pleasure band. I know like a lot of the lyrics and stuff. I sat down and I saw one of the girls, Sheila. She gave me a nice smile there.
Can you pull the mic a little
I was
closer?
pretty happy about that. Yeah,
Smiles all around.
yeah, blushing again.
Did you send her your Snapchat?
No, I should.
The caveman.
Yeah.
She sent her Snapchat.
Yeah.
I think
Amazing.
the cool thing about going to see other music, maybe outside of your normal element, I really think that most people should do it. Even if you're not really comfortable and the idea of it is not really there, you should do it, especially if you're a musician, because you get to see how other people work in their craft. You know, you get to see, and it's quite eye-opening to see other musicians and the way they present themselves on the stage and the way they present themselves in a show experience. And you would be amazed at how much you learn from other people that are just not, you know, something that's totally out of left field, but some guy just, he's got a guitar on stage, acoustic or whatever, or bluegrass or whatever, the big band, whatever you're going to see, they play music differently than you.
Yeah.
And it's important that you see that music and
I
how
think
it's played.
the thing I've come to appreciate even more so than the music is the way that people conduct themselves on stage and the way that they captivate an audience. And you know, speak of the devil, I was just going to talk about this guy. So I was telling Pat when we were at we played Barn Burner. And I was telling Pat, I'm like, dude, you're really good at commanding an audience. You know, the guy's funny, he's witty, and you know, I like.
Oh,
you know, I know. But the point is that he knows how to work the crowd. I mean, he was playing, you know, Bruce County Power Trip, Bruce County Power Trip, and he stopped right before the last verse and said, you know, hey, Barn Burner, are you still with me? And everybody was like, yeah, and obviously they were still paying attention. And then goes right back into the song. So, you know, for me, I think above the musicianship, and I always, you know, I'm a drummer, so I watch the drummer, and I'm a bass player, and I watch the bass player. But beyond that, I look at, you know, how people conduct themselves on stage, and I think that's a really important part of the show. You know, because your personality, that's when your personality can shine through. I mean, only so much of it can come through the music. The rest is, that's your moment. You're on the microphone. You got to captivate people right there and let people know what you're all about. You know what I mean? And some people are very good at that, and others maybe not so much. But I think that comes with experience. You know?
Oh yeah.
It's a huge moment of vulnerability too. You know, as a artist, and that's anybody who's ever stood up the front of the class and said a speech. They have that moment of vulnerability, but to see people in their moment and in their vulnerable state, and to be able to see them and how they handle that and how professional they can come off, is really actually something to aspire to, you know, no matter where you come from. So
I agree. I mean, certainly I think some great points here of feedback for, you know, any of those aspiring musicians that are listening in right now. And to my point earlier, I mean, you guys have kind of come from different experiences in the industry, so that's great. This all can kind of culminate into what we're trying to do. So listen, we're only about 10 minutes away from your performance here, so I think we should probably key up a couple more songs, get you guys up on stage, and get ready to rock out. I know we got a nice little crowd here for you today.
Nice.
And I'm pretty excited about this. So we're going to kick this off here. So this is a band that performed on our kickoff fundraiser, and a band that I'm looking forward to working with, not only in some recording capacity, but having on the podcast at some point here in the near future. This is the Cobra Hawks with Taste My Rock and Roll on the London Indie Underground.
Cobra Hawks.
Yeah.
I'm a man, loaded gun in my hand, got you in my sights, I'm gonna let you lie, my sweat bleeding, I run the streets, I steal your soul, you say your prayers, bombs in the air, I will explode, come on, let's go, wanna taste of my rock and roll, my rock and roll.
taste of my rock and roll, my rock and roll.
let's go. Come on, let's go. You wanna taste my rock and roll, my rock and roll. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. You wanna taste my rock and roll, my rock and roll. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. You wanna taste my rock and roll, my rock and roll.
London Indie Underground. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Tragic end to my story. The last page to fill with these lines. And did I cover all the strong points? Because the weak could kill. You'll die tonight. Could it be that I hold the key to a second chance and new life? This change could heal us all, and we'll survive this fight. He was born here to save the world, like antidote, with the blood from his Sadly, we say goodbye tonight as we both burn in this fire of consequence and life. He was born here to save the world, like antidote, with the blood from his hands, from his hands. From his
Underground Sound is London's fully equipped rehearsal studios. We provide only top quality backline gear with affordable hourly rates and package pricing. Audio-video production services are also available. Visit us online at undergroundsoundlondon.com.
I see the truth within your eyes. Looked within to see outside. Take the pillager, then see you're just another card for the machines. Fighting for the fate of our new world. Mainframes laying down at our sides. Lifting my arms and I will fly. And I will pass the great divide. This is the world that I decide. And I will pass the great divide. This is the world that I decide. Live lives within your lives. Plug in and leave this world behind. Find home in the towers of hope. Path of one will grant our city life. Fighting for the fate of our new world. Mainframes laying down at our sides. Lifting my arms and I will fly. And I will pass the great divide. This is the world that I decide. And I will pass the great divide. This is the world that I
Live a life of ignorance. Two sides go through synthesis. Simple man with a complex meaning.
Do you think that's air you're breathing? Fighting for the fate of our new world. Mainframes laying down at our sides. Lifting my arms and I will fly. And I will pass the great divide. This is the world that I decide. And I will pass the great divide. This is the world that I decide. And I will pass the great divide. This is the world. At least we tried. Through blackened sky. At least we tried. Before we die.
Elias with Tracing Circuits here on the London Indie Underground. Before that, Fault of Mind with Like Antidotes, and kicking it off, the Cobra Hawks with Taste My Rock and Roll. Elias just finished up working on a new EP. I know they did a bit of a crowdsource and were able to raise some money for this, and were recently into contact with me and looking to do their CD release party here at London Indie Underground. And more specifically because part of the condition for their crowdsource is they need to do an online performance so that some of the people that contributed to their cause can witness the performance live. So I'm looking forward to working with them here in the near future. So that said, folks, I'm very pleased today to be joined by my next guests. They're going to be performing for you for now a half an hour set. We used to do 15 minutes here or allow a band to do 3 songs, but now we've decided to make it more about the music and less about our yakety yak. So without further ado, I present to you Searching for Satellites. Should've.
Just a way to
and I'm tearing a hole in our love. You're moving so big right now. To the sound of the strike, and I'm tearing a hole in our love. You're moving so big. Until the surface, I jump the nervous. This love is fantastic. We make no sort of sacrifice. And this blood says it's 7 till 8 for the try. but you never speak about the things that you need.
This next song goes out to all you guys for coming and hanging out, supporting this whole fucking thing. Thank you guys. 3 claps. Awesome. Thank you.
Trying to run
there, we just put out a video for this. The song's called The Never Enders. Thank you, guys.
Get down on it, middle one. Better take some time now going in. Oh, I'm not fooling anyone. I'll just take it any way I can. Oh, case in point, bullet bomb, shattered through a pane of one can dream. Oh, stripped of all color one, filtered
This week on London Indie Underground, someone's gonna take their clothes off.
It's been a hard, hard round in this dark, dark town. There's no light for me to grow. Oh, it's been way too long. Oh, how I know. Oh, Lord, I have to go. I need a light. I need a light to call my own. Kiss my mother goodbye. I am leaving. Kiss my father goodbye. I am gone. Oh, it's been way too long, a hard go. The sound has taken its toll on me. I need a place to call my home. Oh, it's been way too long for me. This place is so wrong. Oh, I've been dreaming outside these walls. Kiss my mother goodbye. I am leaving. Kiss my father goodbye. I am gone. Kiss my mother goodbye. I am leaving. Kiss my father goodbye. And I am gone. Kiss my old town goodbye. And I am leaving. Kiss my old self goodbye. I am gone.
You're tuned in to London Indie Underground. That was so-and-so with whatever it was. We need to get some girls in here, Jesus Christ.
Just to get shut down. Feels like I'm living in a halfway house, stuck on the wrong side of town. I don't wanna waste my time dressed up with nowhere to go. Like I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. We're all dressed up with nowhere to go. So I place my bets on this burning house. I won't let my words fall onto deaf ears. I won't let my words fall onto deaf ears. I won't let my words fall onto deaf ears. I won't let my words fall onto deaf ears. And
The Bad Ideas with All Dressed Up here on the London Indie Underground. Before that, the Blackwood Honeybees with Small Town, and kicking it off for us, the Black Frame Spectacle with Class of Lonely Dreams. The Black Frame Spectacle also going to be joining us at our next event, which we're going to talk about in a bit, which is going to be taking place August 10th here at London Indie Underground, featuring a number of awesome bands. So excited about that. But I am equally as excited about the performance that you guys just had on my stage, man. Wow, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You guys kick ass. I'm just saying. So listen, the first time that I heard your stuff was some time ago, and then the first time that I heard something that was really polished was that EP that you guys did with Siegfried Meyer. And do you guys have anything subsequent to that that's available right now?
Yeah, we have our new record. I guess new-ish record.
That's what he means. The
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Which
since
one's
that?
the Hellhounds?
Yeah.
We don't
We
have
did-
anything recorded. We got stuff on the works.
Yeah.
You got stuff in the works?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've already pre-pro'd a bunch of songs. So.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Okay,
4 or
awesome.
5, yeah.
On the way.
Yeah.
So it's been a little while now since that last
Yep.
effort, right?
Mainly
yeah,
the
we
main
released it in
change.
November.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Coming full circle now on
7 or
a
8
year.
months now.
Too long.
Now, here's a question for you, if you don't mind. I'm
No,
sorry,
go
I
ahead.
didn't interrupt you,
Of course,
but
of course.
how active bands? How often do you think, in your opinion, guys, should they be putting out new material?
It depends. It's
The
a
question
tricky
is if you do an
like-
EP or a full length.
Yeah.
Well, EP seems to be the thing nowadays.
Well,
Absolutely,
yeah,
yeah.
because who has the money to put out a full length?
If it was an
This is
EP,
true.
I would say like a year and a half, and then it should be on to the next.
You should be on to the next
one.
effort.
We took way too long between EPs.
Our first EP was like 2 years.
Yeah, it was like 2 years between EPs.
Like we were just I was talking to Sam before we started this whole thing today, and like we've still got a lot of work to do before we put out our next release. But I think it's important to keep people in tune all the time.
Yeah.
So even before the next music hall show we're doing in September,
Yeah.
we want to at least get 1 or 2 songs like kind of ready, even maybe
Yeah,
even
we'll have, like, a
recorded or something,
sample.
just that way people can be in check and in tune and know the new tunes
Here's some
coming
new
out.
stuff coming out. Yeah.
And
Because
we
I
don't
see a
have
lot of
anything,
bands doing that now.
We don't have anything with Kemp on it either. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
we
that
need to
was
get
probably one of the main reasons behind the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a little legwork to do. We introduced a new member into the family. You all know him as Kemp. His first name is Brandon. His last name is Kellum.
So where did Kemp come from?
Oh my God.
We've been through this.
He just
Yeah.
showed up one day.
No, that's a nickname I've had since like high school, and it is honestly the most retarded story ever.
Go on.
No, it's not even funny. Like,
It's true, it's not.
You've gone this far.
yes, yeah. I don't ever condone picking on kids, and honestly, I used to be one of those guys in high school.
That got
I
picked
got a
on, or
kick
you-
out of giving people a hard time, and there's this kid that grew up around the corner from me, and we had this joke. His name is Tyler Braun. I really hope he's not listening. That we made this joke between a few friends that he had a bent wiener, and so one day I called him
crooked
Tyler.
shaft.
So his name is Tyler Braun, and one day I called him Tyler Bemp. God knows why. I was 14, and he right away barked back at me, "Yeah, well, you're Brandon Kemp," and for some reason, everybody started calling me Brandon Kemp, and then eventually Kemp, and now today, my mom and dad call me Kemp.
Really?
It stuck. So that's 12 years now. And, a lot of time when I meet people, they don't even know my whole name. Like, when somebody's like, "You know Brandon Kellum?" They're like, "No." And then you know, I show up, they're like, "Oh, Kemp." They're like, "Yeah, that's Brandon Kellum."
Yeah, it was funny because you added me to Facebook, and I'm
Yeah,
like, "Who's this
exactly.
Brandon
Yeah,
dude?"
exactly.
Yeah, because I was introduced to you. As
Yeah, I tell girls all the time, please do not call me Kemp. Like,
I think I had to ask you the first time we met too. I was like, "Can I call you Kemp?" Because
Yeah.
everybody's calling you.
Let's
Kemp.
ask that Kemp guy to join the
I
band.
thought they were two different people.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're the newest member?
Yeah, I played my first show with these guys back in March after Don left the band, and it's been great ever since.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It's been better ever since.
Can we go back to you here for a second? Do you still have that thought rattling around that you were
What was
going to
it?
address when I so rudely interrupted you?
No, what was it? Oh, that's what it was. It was. I think we were talking about EPs and
Yeah.
like the length of time in between.
Right,
And I
right.
think I was just trying to say, you know, that we had a little hiccup there where our old buddy Don decided to part ways with us, and then we had big shoes to fill. So, and I'm really actually quite shocked at how this came to where we are right now. Like we're
It's-
still sitting in here, we're playing music still together.
It's really hard to like get a new front man.
Yeah, that's
You
probably
can
one of the
replace
hardest
a guitar
things.
player, you can replace a bass player, even a drummer, but maybe not.
Maybe not
maybe not.
Sam.
Shakes his head. We'll replace this guy. He's crazy.
A vocalist is hard, man, and we just it was the right place at the right time. We didn't even ask anybody else. We didn't hold auditions. We didn't do anything. We just called Kemp up because his band ended, and we were. Just
We
like-
talked it over ourselves. We kind of went.
Yeah,
through
but
for,
it
like,
was.
not
Pretty,
very
I mean,
quickly,
it was
though.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
We were all pretty much just like,
yeah.
We're gonna try and see if Kemp wants to play with us.
Yeah, we didn't really have any options.
What
after
what
that.
other ideas you guys got? Nothing really. So let's just really hope he's in.
I questioned it at first
Yeah,
too,
of
just
course.
because, like Don's like, shoes and shorts and stuff. I was like, I can't do that. I can't.
His shorts.
no,
not just. Those are big shorts to fill.
Yeah, those are big shorts.
Tube socks.
He's got a good bulge.
Small
Yeah.
towns though.
A manly bulge. But yeah, we are all really happy about it, and it couldn't have come around I think any better right now.
I think if I can be so bold as to say, it's kind of a seamless transition.
Very much so.
Listening to
It felt that way.
to the recordings, and that's not to suggest that that what you bring is not unique in terms of the delivery and whatnot. But at the same time, you're going to be able to showcase your own element.
There's a big difference between
Yeah.
us vocally, especially, and personality. I'll say that. So yeah, there's going to be a big difference, I think, in the new material coming out, and I'm excited for it though. So
I think it couldn't have come at a better time because the new record that we're writing is turning out to be one of the heaviest things that we've
the
ever
last
written.
band I was in was a progressive death metal band. No kidding.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I was like questioning it hard time. Like I can't do this stuff. Like
Yeah.
But I feel like
You had to like scale it back, eh?
Yeah.
It's,
for the
it's
stuff
not
we
so
have now,
hectic. I guess we wouldn't be so hectic.
But I almost passed out after every set in my last band, so this is nice. I got him. And
They were boiling nails in there.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think it's there's going to be an element that Brandon brings to the band and to the music, and we are all each individually evolving.
Brandon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I try to be formal here, but we're all evolving a little bit in our own ways. I think there's not to alarm anybody. I think there's still going to be just enough of the old kind of style to keep you feeling like home. But we're.
There's
it'll
a
be
bit of a change coming.
It'll be a bit of a
Yeah.
change. Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of bands have a departure from, sounds from album to album. I
Yeah.
mean, one of the bands that I refer to often, and one of my favorite bands is Mastodon. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
listen to
absolutely.
them.
I love Mastodon.
And so if you listen to their progression,
Yep.
I mean, it vastly different from what their earlier roots were, which were like just crushing it in your face to more melodic. And it seems, so are you suggesting you're kind of going the other way in terms of getting a little heavier, a little more guttural?
I think so. I think arrangement wise, I think we're still going to maintain that kind of
Melody.
familiar melody. The structure wise, I think it's gonna feel familiar. As far as the riffs we're playing or the patterns we're playing them in, it's gonna be a little bit more involved. Probably a little bit heavier sounding to most people's ears.
More fun for us too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be fun to play.
More fun to play
Thrashy.
live, more fun to listen to live, I think.
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't want to make the same thing twice, Like,
Yeah.
the EPs, I think, were like there's nothing on Hellhounds that sounds like the situation.
Oh, there's a
the
big
first
change
EP, you
between
know?
the
I think
self-titled
there's a
and
big-
Hellhounds. Like I listened to these guys even before I joined the band, and I can notice a big difference between the two.
Yeah.
It got a little bit heavier with Hellhounds, and
I think we're
it's
just
going to
going
keep going
in
that
that
way.
same
Times
direction.
change and people change with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So-
Of course. Well, we all grow, right?
Yeah.
In,
Yeah,
in our own
exactly.
musicianship, and maybe in our, oftentimes I think our perspective on life, translates into the way that we artistically perform in music. But that said, I mean, any band that wants to show growth and progression, but particularly when you have a new member that's coming in, that totally changes the dynamic.
Oh,
of things,
absolutely.
It's like a fresh start almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We get to showcase new talents and
Yeah.
features and new ideas that not necessarily weren't there before, but they're just different, right? Because you have another guy in the band, it's another head, it's another brain, another
course.
ear, another instrument
Right,
that
right.
you can play, right? So it's a different way of looking at things where we've done it before. Like Sam's writing riffs now. It was before the three of us, we'd sit in a room.
Drummers
we
don't write riffs.
Right?
Yeah.
Like who does that? But
Yeah.
Sam's got
Nobody
chord
does.
progressions and they're good. They're
Yeah.
really good. And so we go, okay, what can we do with this? And we just try to add as many cool things as we can without, making it corny or cheesy, but still making it us.
That's right, man. Drummers don't just make noise, right?
Yeah, he's
while you're trying to
I
tune,
know, yeah.
while you're trying to tune your guitars, right?
Yeah.
We know stuff. High five, buddy. Cool. So obviously you're in writing mode right now in preparation for the next recording effort.
Yep.
Do you guys have plans now? Anything firmed up in terms of when you go into the studio?
No, like Sam and I were just actually like talking about this. But we've all been talking about it, and I kind of feel weird jumping in on this, being the new guy still. But
Still your place, man.
No, like I think August is going to be a pretty big month for us too. Like we've got a couple things coming up in September too, and we've got to hit the grindstone and finish the writing. We haven't really figured out who we're going to record with, though. That's a big step.
Up in the
certainly.
air, yeah.
There's plenty.
There's a lot of options here in London.
Plenty of
There's a lot
talent
of
in London, yeah.
talented producers and engineers. So there's no question.
Like that guy with the fancy red hat.
Yeah,
there.
the caveman.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the hope is to probably by the fall we'll be like firming up plans and we'll have something kind of. I think we'll be getting ready to record by the fall.
Excellent.
I think the hope will probably be that by the end of winter we'll have something to start showing people from these new songs, and I think probably by next summer we'll see us out.
That's
Maybe
great.
Spring, summer we'll see us out.
Yeah, pumping the new stuff.
Yeah.
So you're suggesting the next couple of months are
Well,
pretty
by
busy
the time
for
we
you?
play that show in September, though, like we'll have some new
Oh, yeah.
material.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, what's
To play
coming up?
live, for sure.
We're playing with Stick to Your Guns and Straight from the Path. They're all from the States, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
another
100.
tour coming through, and
the
we're
hall.
fortunate enough to get on this again, via Brandon Eady,
Yeah,
Right, of course.
and like some of the funnest shows. But for that kind of one, and with the same kids coming out, I think we all agree we want to have some new stuff to play.
Yeah, there'll be at least one new song done for that show.
I would like to even have something like tracked by then too,
Oh,
just
yeah.
a little.
Like that's what I mean. There's like it'll be done.
Yeah, even if you can push one.
Oh yeah.
Right
Even if I have to
now,
do it all myself, it'll be done.
It's
nothing
funny.
wrong
You're
with
hearing
that.
like
will do
you're hearing like
vocals, leads, everything.
you're hearing like band conversations.
This is actually.
We get
I'm
finished
looking around
practicing,
right
we'd be
now.
like, this would be the conversation we would be having.
Yeah.
So this is pretty
Yeah.
fun.
This is our plan.
Yeah. So
we wanna do
when
it.
can we start recording? When you guys
We
start
live in the
recording?
moment. We
The
live
thing-
in the moment.
The sweet thing is,
Time to live.
the awesome thing about it right now, and I think we're really having a lot of fun doing it, is the tools and the ability to do all these things on your own now are so readily available. And to do pre-production and stuff, I mean, we were able to go and borrow our buddy Alex, you probably know him.
Alex DK Johnson. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you may have heard of him before.
Probably
but
playing
he-
Call of Duty right now.
Yeah, yeah, he's not listening at all.
They're not watching this.
I'm supposed to be
How
unlocking a
rude.
new level. But we have friends that we have at our disposal to help us progress and do pre-production and stuff. He's got a virtual drum kit there, so we go over and hang out, and we go, Sam, let's go on the drum kit. Let's lay some tracks. Something simple, just for pre-production for our ears, and that allows us to really analyze and break down what we're writing. And to be able to do this all on your own now is really a neat factor before you go and you actually do it right.
Oh,
You
certainly.
know, and you spend it and you
It's
go.
definitely a different. When we first the EPs were just like sitting around in a room
Jammed out.
together jamming out, but now you know, if one of us has an idea, we just track it and then we send it to everybody, and we you know, we work on it from there.
You can articulate your thoughts better that way too, right?
Exactly.
And it's less chaotic and it's way more.
Well, when you draft a letter, you always proofread, right, to make sure that you've got exactly what it is that you're looking to do, right? So there's no question. I mean, pre-production is one of the most valuable parts right now, and to your point, absolutely. I mean, technology nowadays has made it very easy for people to do that. Now that said, there's, you know, DIY. I'm a big proponent of DIY because I think it's great that bands can do that themselves, and believe me, a number of the submissions that we get here at London Indie Underground are DIY recordings. There's something to be said for spending the time and the money and investing into a qualified or a trained engineer producer. But you know, when you're listening back to your own song, sometimes it's, you know, you're a little too close to it, and it's great to be able to put it somewhere and then listen to it and you know, and marinate on that a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It allows you to kind of not only just like craft it, but you're an engineer of your own craft. You know, you get to break it down piece by piece and say, you know, how did these dynamics feel from this transition to the other, and you can really take what you had as a skeleton and really self-produce and produce something. You know, you can spend all the time you want on just one section of your song and go over it and over it and over it again. But like you say, after that's all said and done, you can't fake the sound of a room, right? You can't fake the sound of real amps. I mean, they're getting close. They're getting close.
Yeah. That's another argument.
I mean, if you look behind us, I have amassed a wall of amplifiers, so I'm a big
I'll always
proponent
be
of
a
using
bigger fan of that than modelers and stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? I've heard some modelers that I mean, if you listen to Sugar's last album, right? And I mean, the gent stuff is where you tend to hear a lot of that.
Axe-Fx.
And Axe-Fx too, and it sounds great, but you know, there's something to be said for that actual stuff. And my big thing too, and this is what I think is one of the most important things about being in a band, is you got to be able to duplicate that sound live.
Right. 100%.
You know, and I hate to say it, but you know, there's bands and not local bands necessarily, but just bands generally speaking that and I'm sure you can attest to this, that you've gone to see and end up, you know, just kind of shaking your head going, what just happened?
I just watched this video by a band called Sleeping with Sirens the other day. I've never heard of that band. It was all electronic, and I literally shut it off like 20 seconds in. So upset because I'm like, how does this band perform this live?
How do you sleep with sirens?
They press
what I want.
That was my next question. That was, if I meet that guy.
That's true. You know,
how do you search for satellites?
I'm a huge
those bands that they set up the laptop first, right? Like you set up a laptop, and then the amps get set up, and it's the laptop that's the primary tool, and the amps are an additive or an aid, if you will. For the
I mean, we've dived into it too. We had that bass boost for a while, but we got rid of that. Thank God.
I think we've gone for artificial sounds.
Like, I don't want to start slamming the bass boost because there's something to be
bass
said about it.
Sounds good.
I'm slamming the bass boost.
I think that our justification was that
we're just so not
even
that
though
band.
it was going through a computer, you were still like hitting it. You were activating it, so it was
Yeah.
no different than you hitting.
You were
a
still
snare
playing
to
an
make
instrument,
sound,
Sam.
right?
Oh, I know I was.
Yeah.
It just so happens it went through a digital format.
Yeah. I'm just not playing it anymore.
That was definitely far from an extreme.
There's varying opinions on, you know, all the methodology. But you know, one of the things that I really respect about you guys is you have the musicianship to not only to be able to duplicate, you know, what you've done in the studio live, but I can only imagine from an engineer or producer's perspective, and even, you know, mixing you guys here today and listening back to the recording, and it was almost flawless. Like, you know, everything was right on, and that's the mark of a band that's played together for a while, and you know, is dedicated to their craft, and you know, and working hard and practicing, and you know, that's I think that's one of the key factors, right? There's multiple philosophies on this whole recording thing, and I'll tell you, I talked to other bands before that, you know, don't like to get too close, or as they say, married to their music, and go in and record it and you know, jettison it as quickly as possible. You know what I mean? It's out there, it's gone. You know what I mean? And once it's out there, it's out there. And then there's, on the other hand, you know, there's taking the time to really, you know, dot every I and cross every T and really polish it, and both have merits, right? Because there's those bands that lend themselves to those dirty style recordings really well, but then there's, you know, when you're dealing with very technical and very progressive stylings, and which you guys have, I mean, there needs to be that level of musicianship, and that's what I really respect about you guys.
Yeah, thank you. No, like I was even talking to you before doing this, like we wanted to play a new song. We even last week at the show, but that's the biggest thing. Like we talked about at practice, like, should we slam this out real quick? No. We all agree. Like let's have it, you know, fine tuned. I think a lot of people forget that sometimes too.
Yeah. Well, it's true, man. Yeah, it's true. You know, I mean, people I think are quick to jump the gun on stuff. You know, you get excited about things, right?
You hear a riff the first time, you think it's good, and then you hear it the day later, like, well, maybe we can tweak it a bit, right? But
no one would be more excited than us to play a new track for you guys. Really, of all, I mean, to be quite honest, I mean, we would love to just be like, okay, song's done, let's play it. Like, I want to play it right now.
Yeah. But we'll be so much more
had a recording of it.
We'll be so much more satisfied, like when we know it's ready, and like just everybody's
right. It's you withhold it, and you just wait. You grow the seed into the plant.
It's just like, you know, when you're like had way too much to drink and it's like 3:30 in the morning and you're like getting dizzy and you're like, you know, one eye open and you're like, oh god, I feel like
every week,
and you're like, and you hold it back and you hold it back and you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna let it go, and then you feel so much better after. So just let it go, man. Just
you let it go in the morning and you know it was right.
I think that's something that we learned, like, you know, for having, you know, a little bit of experience. We played, you know, between the last two EPs, we played some songs that didn't even make it on the EP. Just because, you know, it wasn't the right time. Like we didn't develop it enough, and then we played it live, and then it soured it because it wasn't. We let it get out there, and it wasn't right.
Yeah, too early.
And it was too early. And I think at this point, we just feel like almost we need to be more perfectionists in a way. Like we don't want people to hear things until it's like, you know, ready.
Well, you're
and
at the point.
Feel good for us, it'll feel good for them.
You're at the point right now where, you know, you set the bar pretty high for yourselves. You know what I mean, with your last efforts and with the way that you guys present yourselves. So there's no question. I mean, you gotta make sure you put the shine on the apple proper before you serve it up. You know. I hear you. Cool. Well, listen, gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for coming into the studio today.
Thank you.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure. I know you've been jamming out here in the building for a while. We've hung out. It was like fast friends, man. It was great. But listen, our door's always open, and you guys are around here, so feel free to come by anytime. That said, you know, you got some upcoming dates. We talked about the one.
Yep.
We are actually. We are doing Koi.
Oh yeah, we just got out of the Koi Fest too. Yeah.
Oh nice.
Two Crown King. Yeah, we're doing Koi.
It was a good party.
Bunch of bands.
Koi's always been great. I'm super excited.
Yeah, we've played every year since that started. Now I think this is gonna be our 4th year playing Koi.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it just gets bigger and bigger every year. Like we play a bit of a bigger stage every year, and more people come out every year, and you know, it's
Gob
gonna be a
was
good
cool
time.
last year.
Yeah, Gob was cool. I think Treble Charger's playing this year too. Treble Charger.
Yeah.
I toured with Treble Charger.
Really?
Yeah, back in the day.
Was Greg Norrie
really?
just an asshole then too?
You know what? Truth is, we didn't get a chance to hang out with him very much.
Of course, probably because he was being an asshole.
Yeah, we were kind of, you know, we had our room and they had their room.
Well, Greg had his own.
Greg had his own room.
Well, yeah.
We just spit on people's T-shirts. Fuck your band. Your band sucks.
Put my spiky hair right through your band.
And if you ever, you know, need a band to fill in for one of your fundraisers, we would.
You know what? That's awesome that you mentioned that. And if I can, I'm going to segue into my announcement about what's happening on the 10th, and then I'll ask you guys to bear with me because at the end of the podcast, I usually run down the sponsors and offer the thank yous. So if you guys are cool with hanging out with me while I do that, this is where I talk a lot, folks. So bear with me. So August 10th, we do have our next fundraiser that's coming up, and I just want to be clear about a couple of things here, and I've said it, you know, maybe in some cases ad nauseum, but I want to, you know, make sure that people understand that everything that we do here is on our own money and our own time. We are not-for-profit. You know, certainly the recording studio and the rehearsal studios is our opportunities for revenue streams, but as far as the promotion goes and everything under the London Indie Underground banner is all not-for-profit. So these fundraisers are basically the lifeblood of what we're trying to do here, and every Wednesday we offer the podcast now, which is free, and people are welcome to come and take in the band and socialize and network, and you know, we're trying to build this community thing, but truth is, you know, all this stuff comes at a cost and at time and effort and obviously, you know, money with respect to all the equipment and everything that we need to do. So The fundraiser events, you know, we are asking people to pay by donation. If you've not been to one of these yet, and you know, we've only had one, but if anybody that you talk to, I'm sure is going to tell you that it was a pretty wild night. And you know, the bands that we have that are going to be showcasing here are pretty stellar, and I'm very proud of everything that we've accomplished here. So please come and join us August the 10th. The lineup is going to include my band Two Crown King, which I'm very excited to be performing with. We're also going to be joined by Messes and Miracles. It's actually going to be their CD release party for the EP that they just recorded with Mac Grady and Kyle Ashbourne at Mac Studios. The Baxters are going to be playing. If you've not seen the Baxters yet, you really need to check these guys out. They're absolutely kick-ass. The Black Frame Spectacle is going to be coming, and you know, I've befriended Ian Sullivan, who's a great guy who actually helped us move the studio here. He was one of the, we called out to people, and he was one of the guys that showed up and helped lug some gear and threw his back right into it. So you know, obviously I'm going to return that in spades. I think that's just good karma. So the Black Frame Spectacle is also going to be performing. The Divine Right of Kings are going to be playing. I know you guys are familiar with them. These guys are making some noise right now. A couple of guys from different projects, but I'm very excited to have them here in the as part of this fundraiser for us. And there's one other band, and it escapes me at the moment, and I feel like such a doofus.
Look it
Check
up on
out.
Facebook.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I did want to say, actually, I forgot about this when we were talking there. I got sidetracked, but I did want to express how impressed I am with you guys and how you guys are setting this up. This place is incredible, man.
Thank you.
This place, the space, the podcast you're doing, all the charity thing and the donation stuff is really amazing. I mean, you got fucking kids learning music down in the basement, man. You have people like children learning music in the basement.
Yeah, we're doing this, and there's a party going on outside.
Yeah.
And like, if you haven't come here yet, and you're like, oh, I just haven't been here, I'm not gonna come. Don't fucking do that. Like, come here for the next show.
You don't know what
it's
you're
important.
missing.
You don't know what you're missing out on. This is like a fucking awesome place.
It's a
to come and see
legitimate.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, and my girlfriend's sitting over there, and she'll attest to this. I've been putting in a tremendous amount of time and effort into this thing to try to build it up, and it's really, really humbling when it's met with such enthusiasm and feedback like that. So I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
Like I'll be bringing my boy here.
Yeah, man, we got the rock school downstairs, and Chad, who is the principal teacher down there, is a great guy. He's great with the kids. In the afternoons, the kids come in. Of course, they take a look at the studio, and they're like, "Wow, this place is awesome."
So cool. Yeah.
But thank you, and like I said before, this isn't about me, and this isn't about us. This is about the community and all of us. And I keep saying again and again and again, we're all in this together, and that's what we're trying to do, is bring us all in, because you know what? There's no reason for us to be fragmented. You might be in a metal band, you might be in a punk band, you might be in a hardcore band. You know what? We're all people, and we're all musicians, and we all have the same goal. So let's all work together to try to accomplish our goals. There's no reason for us to be.
Everybody benefits.
Yeah, it's true.
There's enough horrible shit happening all around the world. We need community here now.
Yep.
Man. We need people to be together.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie. Cheers. Cheers, gents.
Boys.
Thank you very much. So you know what? I got them all. There was 5. Two Messes and Miracles, the Baxters, the Black Frame Spectacle, and the Divine Right of Kings. So once again, this is August 10th. Doors open at 8 o'clock. It's 19 plus. We will be checking ID at the door. Bring your own beer. You know, I know some people are thinking, bring your own beer. That's probably going to be a bit of a schmozzle, but truth is, we've got a great system set up. You come in, you bring your alcohol, you go to our private bar, which we have set up. They give you a piece of a playing card, and they put the other piece of the card with your alcohol. And then when you come up to get served, you flip your card, you show them what you've got. You got the ace of spades, so they go to the fridge, they fetch your beer for you. And all we ask is, you know, they are working by donation, so if you drop a couple of dollars, tip your fetcher, man. Tip your fetcher.
Tip your fetcher.
And it is a pay what you can by donation. You know, we do have a suggested donation, but truth is, we'll accept whatever. You know, I saw people the last one put in, you know, the dude's like, all I got is $1. Come on in. Yeah. And then at the same time, you know, there were other people that were dropping 50s into that
bring
thing.
A 50.
Yeah.
It's a good cause.
Bring
man.
50s.
It's a charitable
Make it rain.
Bill,
But we appreciate it. The only rule that we have,
no dicks.
No dicks. And as long as we remain dick-free, we can continue to do this week in and week out. You know, we are survived by your support. So please come. But more specifically, please come and support these bands, because we do it for them. they're going to have the opportunity to sell merch and connect with you directly. And I'm sure they would really appreciate, you know, if you pick up a T-shirt or if you buy a CD. That said, I'm going to be making an announcement pretty soon. We're going to be doing Indie Record Store Day here at London Indie Underground. And what we're going to do is offer bands the ability to set up their own merch booths on our main floor and open ourselves up to the public and have people come in and purchase independent music directly from the source. And we're going to have some acoustic acts that are going to be playing. We're hoping to do this at least once a month. You know, or every other month, depending on what type of response is. But we got a lot of stuff planned. We're just waiting on a couple of things before we make any official announcement, but we'll get to that. And we're hoping that you're going to join us for all this stuff that we've got planned for you.
Absolutely, man.
Cool. All right, so I got to thank the sponsors. So if you want to click, there you go. You got it. Thanks, buddy. So I do need to take a moment to thank the sponsors. First off, I want to thank Brandon Eady at Summer Camp Productions. If you don't know Brandon, you need to know this guy. Brandon, you know, in my opinion, single-handedly was one of the guys that helped build up the music scene here in London, you know, particularly during the Salt Lounge and the Embassy days. But he's continued on and been working out of the London Music Hall as well as the APK here in London. His name has been synonymous with independent music and the movement here in London. Great guy. He's been here every week. He co-hosts the radio show with me on CHRW Radio 94.9 FM. I want to thank Brandon for everything that he's done for the bands here as part of any of the contests that we've had going on, but of course giving opportunities to those bands beyond the showcase that we offer here to play for some shows here in London, whether it's at the APK, the Music Hall, or anywhere else. So thank you, Brandon Eady. I need to thank Mr. Jay Rhoda, Jay Rhoda Photography, who happens to be sitting over on the couch. And you know, it's great because I've said this week in and week out that, you know, Jay has taken on a job recently that unfortunately is somewhat conflicting with our hours here, and hasn't always been able to come here, and it's a privilege for us to have him here today. I know he snapped off a bunch of pictures as well as some video, and he was very enthusiastic about it. He said, "Jimmy, I only ever want to take pictures here ever again."
Yeah. So, wait. Best venue in London.
The best venue in London.
Yes.
You heard it here, folks. So
I gotta be up at 5 a.m. I was here to see you guys tonight.
Okay,
I've been wanting to see you guys for a while.
Thank you so
much.
I just found out about you guys today. My jaw dropped. What you guys were doing.
So if you don't know already, Jay is one of London's premier photogs. He's been doing this thing for about 20 years now, and the guy's got a real knack for working with light. I say this all the time because I think it rings true. You know, there are things like Instagram and all that kind of cool stuff that's great for capturing pictures of food and pets and whatnot, but if you want somebody to follow you around in real life and take pictures of your food and pets, this is the guy you want to see. Or he can take pictures of your band. You want some glamour shots done, you want some live promo stuff done, take a look at his stuff. Visit Jay Rhoda Photography on Facebook. Awesome guy. And he's also pledged that at our next event, which is August 10th, if we raise, now we're not going to, you know, obviously say what our goal is, but if we raise to our goal for the next event, Jay has suggested that he will shave off his beard at that event.
Holy shit.
Wait.
It'll be a year old.
It's a year old.
It'll be a beard day party.
It's a fundraiser.
And
So
and I'm going to be the one to shave it, and the whole reason why it's there in the first place is because I would move out if you shaved it. So
oh wow, so that's saying a lot.
There needs to be money put towards what Jimmy is doing right now.
Amazing.
Gotta make it worth it. Yeah.
So check him out online. He's got some very affordable rates. I know he was offering a promo to some bands. You know, he was doing $50 for a package deal or $25 for limited shots. But please check him out. Does some great work. Visit www.facebook.com London Indie Underground. If you click on our photos, you're going to see all the albums from the previous work that he's done with us. Brilliant. Need to thank Stephen Jane Poulin at the Submission Academy, Dundas and Egerton, London's premier Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school. People often associate Jiu-Jitsu with a barbaric combat sport like the mixed martial arts, but truth is it's actually a very fun and innovative way to not only get in shape, but to build some confidence through hard work. They've got a great kids program over there, two of the most dedicated people that I know to their craft. Their school is absolutely blowing up right now because they are quickly becoming the premier place to go if you want to study Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in London. So check them out online, thesubmissionacademy.com. And I need to thank Scotty Finlayson, aka Scotty Fairmont, fullcolorcards.ca, a good friend of mine who branched out into his own business, and he's doing custom business cards. If you happen to be in the market for business cards, you need some done, believe me, this is a guy that you want to go see. Great prices, fast turnaround time, does graphic design, will work with you and specifically what you want done. Check them out, fullcolorcards.ca. And last but not least, I need to thank Mr. Manson Keeler at Manson Tattoo. He and I ventured into a little partnership where he's been doing some work on me, and at the same time 331 Arts has been documenting it for me to showcase not only this guy's skill set, but really the personality behind what he does.
Great guy. I know him.
Oh man,
Yep.
Manson's amazing.
Yep.
I say this every week because it was very profound for me. So I went in, had a consultation. I told him what my idea was, and he showed me his arm. He's like, "Dude, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, your ideas are amazing. They're so inspiring. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do." And so far, the results have been amazing. I can't wait. We've got our next session that's planned next Wednesday. 331 Arts will be joining me. We're going to document it, but it's not about me. It's really about the artist, and believe me, this is the guy that you want to go see, particularly if you have a concept piece. There's a lot of places in town that you can go and get some flash work done. You walk in, you pick something out of a book, yada yada yada, it's done. But when you have something conceptual that you want, and keep in mind, this is permanent, this is for the rest of your life. A lot of people have a very sentimental and personal attachment to the artwork that they do, and if you're looking for somebody that's going to be able to put that into something tangible that you're going to be proud to show somebody every day, this is the guy you want to go see. Manson Keeler, Manson Tattoo, Dundas between English and Elizabeth Street. And I think that's the end of the sponsors, eh? Okay, and you can go back to us. So thanks for bearing with me, guys, while I do my yakety yakety yak.
Yeah, no problem.
Because we do it every week. So once again, I want to thank Searching for Satellites for joining us. So where can people find you online?
Facebook, Searching for
Satellites.
Satellites.
Satellites Music.
Does MySpace still exist?
It's coming back.
Yeah, but it's been coming back now for like a year and a half.
Yeah. I got faith in Justin Timberlake, right?
I think Facebook mostly is the kind of mainstream.
What's our Bandcamp?
Bandcamp, yeah, you just bandcamp.com/.
You can get the first EP for free off of there.
The first EP is available for free.
Yep.
You can download the first EP. You can listen to the whole second one for free.
Okay.
If you want, you can go on iTunes and you can buy the newest EP.
Yeah, Hell helps.
It helps, those are the places to find us. Yeah. Facebook, Bandcamp, iTunes.
Amazing.
And possibly more in the future.
Yeah, search us on YouTube.
There's
stuff on YouTube.
Well, I will, if you guys, with your permission, I have recorded this, and what I've been doing is the live performances. I take them to CHRW Radio. We've got a radio show every Friday from 3:30 to 6 p.m. It's a primetime drive on a Friday, and I've been taking the live performances and airing them as part of what I call the live archive.
Yeah.
So, but we'll check it out after. I'm really excited for you to hear it.
Yeah,
awesome. Thank you.
Cool. So I want to thank everybody for joining us in studio today, and all those that are out there and listening into our podcast.
Yeah, thank you to everyone that
This
came
is
out to see us
amazing.
today.
This is amazing. I really feel like we're on the cusp of something big here in London, and it's all because of the great talent that we have here. So once again, thank you guys. Please join us next week. We will be joined in studio for an interview and live performance by the Matadors, which I'm quite excited about.
What?
Yeah, the Matadors are coming next
real
week.
life.
You didn't know that?
The fucking
The Matadors are playing next week. Yeah.
Legends.
I guess it's not
And then the
gonna work.
following
London
week,
legends.
we'll be joined by Wasted Potential. I know Dustin is out there, and they're very excited to be joining us in studio here too. So once again, folks, thanks for tuning in to another edition of the London Indie Underground. My name is Jimmy James, and we are broadcasting live from the Vault Recording Studio, 532 Adelaide and Princess. Please feel free to come and join us anytime. Our door is open to you. Just remember, we have one rule.
No dicks.
And we're going to leave you today with a little Wasted Potential in advance of their performance here on our August 7th podcast. So this is a demo. This is a demo.
Demo.
But they turned it a demo. But this is Wasted Potential. Here's your exit letter. Thanks for tuning in.
Cheers.